Hey, Mike, what do Kelly Slater and PT have in common?
I don't know. They're both world champs?
Nope, they both own Endless Summer box set.
Oh my God, rad. You guys, you can get it too. The link's in the show notes.
But do you see in your reflection a kid just having fun and sold his bloody food impression?
Good morning, everybody. This is Mike here at the Quivercast, and we have a special guest here. We got a shaper, surfer, and member of a big band.
Hello.
Erik.
Hi.
You want to say what band you're in? Or...
My name's Erik. Some people call me Smelly. Some people call me Shitface. And I'm in a band called NOFX, punk band. I'm the drummer.
Sick. I'm so stoked you're here today. We'll start off with kind of light. And have you surfed lately?
I surfed 2 days ago in the offshore winds.
Yeah.
Got me a little barrel.
Okay.
And caught 2 waves in about 20 minutes. One was a little barrel.
Sweet.
I had a quick little in and out session.
Nice.
Just like your mom. Oh, wait. Wait, I can't say that.
You can. You just did. Okay. So how often do you get in the water?
Depends.
Okay.
I go through stages. Sometimes I'll get in 4 or 5 times a week, and sometimes I'll miss 3 weeks. It just depends. Like, moods,
Okay.
timing.
Weather, maybe?
Weather. Yeah, I mean, there's that shit too.
Yeah.
But on average, I would say twice a week.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. And then shaping wise, so your Instagram's loaded with, like, you love shaping.
I love I've been doing it for 13 years.
Okay.
Probably got 400 or 500 boards under my belt.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And, since this COVID shit's happening, I was like, I'm going to focus on this. And so for the first 12 years, I did nothing but hand shaping.
Okay.
And then in the last year, I started messing with the computer.
Okay, cool.
So that's kind of where I'm at now. I took what I learned from hand shaping, and I can do it with the start to finish.
Really? Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then now I'm doing it with the computer, and so being on the computer, it's easy to tweak shit. Like, the board doesn't turn as well as this or that. It's not so much of a guessing game.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, tweak the rail rocker, tweak the tail rocker, tweak, like little things.
Yeah, and you're doing all that on the computer.
Uh-huh.
And then you just go back and finish the rails, or?
Well, I mean, the board comes off the machine probably 60% done.
Okay.
You still got to put in, the concaves are kind of there, but you got to accentuate the concaves,
Okay.
the V, the rails. Like, sometimes the rails come out real boxy. You got to plane down the top edge of the rail,
Okay.
and foil out. You still got to do quite a bit of work.
So are you actually punching the computer in, or you have some other guy doing that?
No, I do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the last year I learned how to do it.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen it get done.
Yeah.
I've never messed with it, but over at the Whitlocks,
Yeah.
the CNC machine, and they're throwing it through.
It's weird.
The
Like,
ocean side.
it was fucking really intimidating at first because, like, what the fuck are all these fucking things? But it's pretty easy.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so does that get more boards out for you?
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, because I can. It just makes it easier. Like when someone goes, "Hey man, I want something like this, but I want that." I could. I want something like this, but a little more relaxed rocker or beefier rails or this or that. I could tweak it there, as opposed to starting fresh.
Okay.
Who's
your main clients? You got some guys that are repeat customers?
I got some repeat customers, like in Long Beach, and some friends and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's just, just randoms.
Okay.
Like, that's what I did for the first 12 years, was shaped a lot of boards for myself.
Okay.
And then,
so you're your own test pilot.
Yeah. And then I have some friends that are also test pilots.
Okay.
And then, I'd shape them, hand them around, sell them on Craigslist or whatever it is, and then adjust or do this or that, or like, okay, this is a fucking keeper.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of shit.
And so, with the board you're shaping, that's a bigger board in there, but it looks like a fun. How big is that board in the
7.6.
7.6 fun size board.
7.6, 22, 3.
You got a specialty? Are you more better with the short boards?
No, you know, like I was never that good of a shortboard surfer.
Okay. So you're shaping most of what you're riding.
Yeah. Like I like riding boards. I ride boards between 6.6 and 7.4.
Okay.
You know, something that gets in a little earlier, you know.
That's the key. Especially the older you get.
Dude, I am convinced, and I've been convinced since day one of surfing, most people are on boards too small.
I'm 100%
95% of people are on boards too small.
Yeah.
If you're not getting in early, you're not getting up in a comfortable fashion, you're tired from paddling, all this kind of bullshit, you're not surfing.
You're struggling.
You're struggling. You know, it's late takeoffs because you don't have the paddle strength to get in early, or whatever it may be. So with shortboards, yeah, I've shaped a fuckload of shortboards, like little chips and stuff like that, but that's not my specialty.
Okay.
My specialty is, I'm kind of like fucking up sales maybe right now, but no. You know what I mean? If you want that, go to Lost. If you want that,
right.
You know, I mean,
chemistry, blah,
whatever it may be.
There's a million of them out there.
Yeah, like my theory is get in early, relax rocker, a little extra foam.
I totally agree. Do you do you like pinch the rails? When you
Some depending on the wave, depending on the guy's skill.
Okay.
Like if the guy's a good surfer and it's a little more throatier of a wave, I will pull him in a little bit. If the guy's kind of a novice, I'll fatten it up a little bit to give it a little more forgiving, a little more buoyancy.
Yeah.
But there's a fine line. If you fatten it up too much, it won't bite when you're doing a bottom turn and you can skip. You know?
Okay.
So
I'm not a shaper. I mean, I've ridden thousands of boards, but yeah, so I'm learning a little bit. You explain it more than most people have.
Yeah.
And I've dealt with a couple shapers. Okay. So epoxy or just poly?
Both.
Oh, you're doing both. You're doing epoxy too?
Yeah. Epoxy is more expensive. The blank's more expensive. The glassing's more expensive.
How about shaping it wise?
It's
easier or harder?
It's harder because it beads up. It's like a compressed foam of a bunch of little like styrofoam beads.
Right.
So when you're pulling the screen or using the shear form or whatever it is, you got to be really careful. Or let's say you got a wing that has like a sharp edge or a swallowtail.
Yep.
It could very easily roll out all the beads of that sharp edge. So you got to go. It's weird. It's super sticky. So when you're sanding it, you got to grip your tool really hard, but you can't push hard. And it's kind of counterintuitive. If you're gripping something hard, you want to push hard.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's sticky, but you got to be light so it doesn't stick. And if it does stick, you grip in the tool so it doesn't roll and then gouge it out. It's
a fine line there.
It's 15% harder than poly.
Okay.
You know, I mean.
Do you enjoy one over the other? There's one more, since epoxy's more challenging? Are you for the challenge or?
Yeah, I'm totally for the challenge. That's I have a great shaping mentor named Barry Vandermuller.
Okay. That was one of my questions in a little while.
Yeah, he's a fucking phenomenal shaper.
Where's he out of?
Huntington Beach. He's from South Africa. He was a pro surfer. Then for the last 40 years, he's been shaping.
Sick.
And he told me once, always be a yes man. You can do it because then you'll learn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I accept the challenge.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I didn't know you did epoxy. That's right.
Yeah, you know.
I know a lot of guys. They're like, I'm not really for it.
No, I'll do it. I'll do it for sure. I mean, I got some good ones. You know.
So on your Instagram, are they labeled?
No, they're not labeled.
What do you ride? What do you like to ride?
Poly.
You both?
Poly.
You like poly better?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all epoxy guy for 15 years now.
Are you?
Yeah. I think it's more. You're above water a little higher.
Yeah, that's true. They to me they
More
feel
floaty.
they feel a little skippier.
I'm not as skinny as I used to be.
No, I really enjoy like this one.
Let's check it. Okay.
That's poly. I mean that's
epoxy.
epoxy.
Yeah. That's a solid.
And then there's another one coming up.
By the way, since we're here,
yeah, we're looking.
What's your Instagram?
That's epoxy.
Handle? Pickle sticks.
Yeah, pickle sticks.
Want to spell it?
Pickle. Pickle.
Got it.
Sticks. STIX.
Okay, you guys can all check that out.
Pickle sticks, but then after the X, lower
underscore.
Yeah, lower dash underscore whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Pickle Sticks.
Okay. Yeah, everyone should check that out. So, what other shapers you're working with? Did you learn from?
Barry Vandermuller.
Okay.
Tim Stamps has helped me out a lot.
Oh, okay. His stamps is top notch.
Yeah. This guy, where we're at right now, Mark
Curly?
Curley. Yeah, he's really good. We kind of came up together, but he's a really good craftsman. I got like a little plethora of, like, Barry Snyder.
Very similar. Okay.
Like I got a little,
Get your buddies.
yeah, I got like phone numbers. Like,
learn a little something different from them.
Hey, dude, I'm doing,
right.
a quad fish, and blah 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 blah. What's this that, like, questions, and then but Barry Vandermuller really helped me out a lot.
Okay.
Like even when it comes,
He's your main man.
yeah, even when it comes down to like, hey, this guy wants his sport. He's a really good fucking surfer.
Yeah.
Better than average. Where should these fins go? Like he'll help me. I mean, I've been doing it for 13 years.
Okay.
But I'm still learning a lot every fucking day from these guys. Who've been doing it for 40
I think these
years.
guys in 40 years are still learning every day.
Absolutely, and it's evolving too. So
Yeah, boards have changed from the 90s.
one thing I've noticed is the older shapers are way more into sharing information.
Okay.
Like, yeah, dude, I'll help you. You got a question? I'll ask. The younger shapers keep things more secret. Mm-hmm. But what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Do you think the old guys are just trying to share the information to pass on what they know, and the new guys are worried about the competition?
Maybe there's kind of an ego thing involved. Maybe there's that. Maybe there's older guys have been doing it for so long they don't give a shit. Mm-hmm. They want.
They're established.
Yeah, and they had to learn from somebody. Everybody is following footsteps. Oh, another guy that's really helped me out a lot too is Ray Promer from Promer Surfboards.
Okay.
He's a local guy.
Okay.
But he's been shaping for a long time. But everybody's had to have followed in someone's footsteps at some point. I started in a garage off of YouTube.
Okay.
And
so you just bought a blank and went for it?
Yeah.
Before you had any insight into what you were doing?
I brought a couple DVDs. I was fucking YouTube.
Before you knew these other guys?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And then I met them. Well, and then I met them through going to the glass shops, dropping off the boards.
Where was the motivation there? What made you want to go, well, I'm going to shape a board?
It's kind of the way this is the kind of the way I look at it. Punk rock music changed my life.
Okay.
I wasn't just satisfied of listening to it.
Okay.
I wanted to play it.
Yeah.
I wanted to dive in. Surfing changed my life. I wasn't just satisfied. I wanted to see what it's about. And so I started shaping boards. It was just maybe just getting my hands on and being more than just a guy that surfs.
So let's take a step back. When did you start surfing?
Started surfing as a kid, but I grew up in the valley. I grew up in Glendale.
Okay.
So I didn't get to surf much. So that doesn't even count.
Right. Okay.
That doesn't even count.
No, but you got in the water. You did.
When I was 16, I paddled out a pipe and got fucking smashed. I still got a scar on my stomach.
I don't know the logic on that, but all right.
No, I didn't.
What's the story on that one? Let's tell us the story.
Story is, I have cousins that live in Hawaii.
Okay.
So we went out there for the winter.
Okay.
With my mom and dad.
Yeah, gotcha.
For a winter break. And they said, let's go surf. And I was like, okay, cool. And they didn't tell me where we were going. This is before all that, much of the houses were built. There wasn't no bike path or nothing.
Okay.
Walk through the bushes.
All right.
So I'm like, whoa, this is kind of fucking sketchy. But, being 16, you're not fucking smart. And so I tried taking off on a wave, and then I tried pulling back. And sometimes when you pull back, you go over
the falls?
Right, but the board flipped, and the fin went,
oh, shit.
Yeah, and then, whoa.
Wow.
That was my experience.
That was first wave of pipe, first and last?
First and last.
Have you been back out since?
Not a pipe, but I've surfed.
How big was the pipe that day?
Fuck, I was 16. I don't know. It could have been head high. It could have been double head.
Were you stressing when you were paddling out? This is funny.
Fuck, dude, that was like.
You had to, or were you just oblivious?
No, I was stressing. I was stressing.
My cousins.
I remember my dad. My dad was on the beach because he drove us there.
Okay.
And I remember him pacing on the beach while we're
he
sitting
was
out.
stressing.
Yeah. I remember him pacing back. I do remember that, and I do remember seeing the coral heads and the boils going fuck, this is
it's pretty close
up, man. But like I said, 16, you're invincible.
That's a great story.
And then. So the closest I've ever come to surfing pipes since then is Aokai. I've surfed the shit out of that.
Yeah, that's just 100 yards over.
Yeah, and it's fucking great, man.
Yeah, it's half the size too, and it's soft and forgiving.
Yeah, it was fun. I was out there with a bunch of fucking old ladies on longboards. It was perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
Was there pipe waves happening that day?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I've been there. It's been a while since I've been there, but yeah, This place is no joke.
No.
Good. Going back to surfing, so you're 16, you're in Hawaii.
Oh, okay, right.
So,
I was always, like, as a kid, you know, born and raised in Southern California, surfing, skating,
okay.
all that lifestyle just spoke to me.
Okay.
So I would just draw little pictures, like, you know what everybody fucking did.
Yeah,
on their little
peachies.
On their peachy, right?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
I
did.
Yeah.
The perfect way, you know. Like,
Yeah, it's just
or the perfect like bowl.
with little sun like out the back, and so
Yeah.
I was just always enthralled with that. So then, punk rock, you know, steered my life for a lot of years, and I got really fucked up on drugs for a long time.
Okay.
And I got sober when I was 26 or 27,
Okay.
and I moved to Long Beach.
Okay.
So that is when I really started surfing. So that was like 25 years ago.
And you started driving?
No, that was 29 years ago.
Yeah, you lived there this long?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was 29 years ago. So I started, that is when I really like dove into it.
And then start off at like Seal, Bolsa, or Huntington, like
did
just
I
wherever
start?
there's waves?
Yeah, where did I start? Bolsa?
Bolsa, yeah.
Sure.
Is that your go-to spot today?
No, my go-to is the Cliffs.
Okay, Huntington Cliffs?
Yeah.
Like the Gap and...
Exactly. That's I'm kind of, I mean, I don't know.
Do you remember before they put the parking lot
Yes,
up?
I
and all
do.
that? Yeah,
Yeah.
you just parked along the side?
Yeah, I was, so that, the Cliffs is my go-to spot. Cliffs, south
Okay.
side of the pier.
So you've been surfing for quite a while.
Yeah. I'm not like one of those guys that grew up since they were a little kid.
Yeah.
But I've been surfing for quite a while.
Oh, interesting. Cool.
Yeah.
And then, so at what point do you, it progressed to shaping, and do you ever ride anybody else's boards, or
Yeah.
do you stick on your own?
Yeah, I do. Actually,
And do you get their ideas and
Yeah, I do.
translate to your own boards?
I do. For a long time, riding my boards was kind of a mind fuck, because I would go out there and I would analyze every single fucking thing it
overthinking
did, rather than just enjoying
the board, the waves, everything.
yeah, or just floating. You know, like if it's a flat.
Yeah.
So then it took me a couple years to get over that. What I would do is I would surf a couple sessions on my board, and fucking think, and then a couple sessions on a much more established shaper.
Yeah.
And not think. Just because they had a name, I expected it to go good.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's not always the case.
No.
You know, what works for one person might not work for somebody else.
That's 100%
Right.
sure.
And just because the shaper has a big, huge name doesn't mean that, you know, that board is your magic board. So anyways, it took me a long time to get out of my head on my boards.
Okay.
You know?
To really enjoy them.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know,
And not beat yourself up like you did something wrong. Is that what you're
right,
saying?
yeah, or just like
What do you?
not every session was. It took me a while to get the test pilot mentality out of it.
Okay.
Instead of every session being like, okay, I'm dropping in. Let's see how this feels. Oh, it's a little sticky, or you know, rather than just enjoying the moment.
Okay. I get that.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
like
So-
that board in there that I just shaped.
Yeah. Who's that for? Any buddies?
My friend's kid.
Okay.
My friend's kid.
Okay, cool.
And like that board, I rode same outline, same maybe a little smaller for a long
The thing
time.
looks sick.
Yeah,
It's really
It was.
good board.
I realized after a couple of years, they needed more tail rocker.
Okay.
You know, like the last foot. You know, so there's pros and cons to being like overly critical on your shit. Mm-hmm. The board, the con is the board will never become like one thing. You know, it's always changing. But the pro is when you finally do find something you really like I realized I needed more tail rocker.
Okay.
And when I added the half an inch of tail rocker, I was like, oh fuck, there it is. That's what I was looking for.
Okay. But you know that's progression of shaping and surfing.
Yeah.
You know, so you're tweaking it out. Do you remember your first board you had? Let's say you moved to Long Beach. So we'll start in the later years.
Fuck.
Like, what board did you borrow? One of your buddies, or did you buy a board? And you're like,
God, I'm trying to remember. I think it was a Bruce Jones.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a Bruce Jones. And
Is this shop still there? Is it gone?
Kinda, but kinda not. I mean, he passed away.
No, I know that. Yeah, for sure.
His kid inherited it.
Okay.
So the shop is still there.
Yeah.
The building's still there with the big Bruce Jones sign.
Okay.
But it's nothing.
No boards and nothing in there.
No, I think he might have sold it, and then the person just kept the sign up there.
Yeah, my aunt was across the street from there in those condos.
Yeah.
So I remember when it was like a little shack.
Yeah.
Where you just walked like one story before they built the
But
upstairs.
second, yeah. So yeah, I think my first board was a Bruce Jones.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Did you get it, walk in the shop and buy it, or did you buy
No,
it used?
no, from a friend.
Okay.
Yeah, like one of those hand-me-down kind of
Bruce
things.
Jones is a legend. Okay, and then, so you're in the band NOFX. We're going to go this route a little bit. How does that affect your surfing? Since you go on tour and stuff, like that, Does that put a?
You know how it,
Yeah.
yeah, fuck yeah, it does.
Okay.
You know how it is. If you're not in the water for like 4 days, your paddle just goes boop.
Yeah.
So like when I come back from tour the first week, my paddle sucks. But it's allowed me to travel the world and surf some cool spots.
That's the question I had. Yeah.
But not surf good because I've been on tour.
yeah.
Right?
You're working.
Right, I'm working and not surfing, you know, and like I've surfed Australia. One time we played Bali.
Oh, right.
And Bali was the last show of our tour.
Yeah.
And so I had set up a boat trip,
Oh, sick.
leaving the next morning after our last show.
Okay.
So me and our guitar tech, who surfs really good.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, he lives in Costa Rica.
Okay.
Well, he just moved back up here, but he lived there for like 25 years and surfed his whole life. He surfs really good. So we got on this little boat. We got off stage at 2 in the fucking morning.
Mm-hmm.
The boat picked us up at 7.
Yeah.
You know.
Grab your boards and go.
Yeah, I
Basically.
had the boards shipped out there,
Okay.
and then woke up like 5 hours. Slept on the boat. It was a little tiny sailboat. Woke up like 5 hours later at this place called Shipwrecks.
Okay.
Tired, hadn't surfed for a fucking 2 months because we've been on tour.
Wow.
Waking up at a heavy fucking break in Indo, and got absolutely within the first 40 seconds of being in the water, caught inside and just fucking drilled.
Just smashed.
Just thinking like, I'm gonna fucking die. Like, what the fuck am I doing here?
You should like ease yourself into it.
But
Yeah.
there's no, I mean, yeah, I
Bali.
should have.
Yeah.
We pulled up in the sailboat stopped. We got in a little dinghy, and
Yeah.
motored over to the break, and there's like 4 or 5 people out, and it was like, oh, cool, it looked fun. It looked like chest high, maybe.
Uh-huh.
Didn't watch it for any period of time.
Bombs start rolling through.
Jumped off the boat immediately, and the current was so fucking gnarly, the tide was going out.
Okay.
Because there's islands.
Yeah.
And when the tide goes out, it actually becomes like a big fucking river.
Oh
You know,
my God.
I got sucked right into the impact zone. My buddy got sucked in there too, but he made it out. He paddled back out and around. I got sucked out and around the reef to where I had to get rescued.
Oh wow.
No, I mean, not like
yeah, I get
not like rescued like I'm drowning, but I'm paddling. When I finally
You're
made
going
it,
nowhere.
when I made it out the back, I
Yeah.
couldn't get back to the lineup because
Yeah.
I was 100 yards away,
Yeah.
paddling so hard, just staying still, going like, the fuck is going? I paddled for like an hour, and then the boat came in. I was like, hello, you need help? Come on. Fuck yes, I do.
So did you end up catching a wave that day?
Not that day.
Okay.
Not that day. And then, okay, so that was the first day. Second day, we got kind of skunked. Third day, fourth, went to a couple little places, fun, small.
Okay.
Ended up at this place called Scar Reef
Okay.
for 4 days. Hi, Koa. Ended up at this place called Scar Reef for 4 days.
Okay.
Pumping, like the fucking Indo, like, you see the picture of the guy sitting on the shoulder. And it was just me and him.
So stoked.
Stoked, but sketchy because you don't know where to sit.
Yeah.
Because there's no one else. Hey, bud, come on.
He's fine. He doesn't bother me.
Okay, yeah, you don't know where to sit because there's no one. Like, where the fuck? Even my guitar tech was like sketched out.
You stressing?
Yeah. And it worked out good, but it was also very scary. And my go-to board broke the first day I was there, so
Yeah.
kind of sucked. But it was kind of rad at the same time. It was a humbling place. Oh, and we ended up at a place called Super Sucks,
Okay.
which is
That just sounds gnarly.
just Google that stuff. Like all of those places are way above my pay grade.
Okay. Yeah.
Way above it.
So it wasn't even fun. It was just like,
It
did
was.
you learn anything?
Yeah, I learned that it was above my pay grade. I really did. It was cool floating around on the boat, and it was cool seeing that shit. But it's like
It was an adventure for sure, right?
it was fucking humbling.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So when you you go on tour and other bands are there, you hook up with other bands that surf? Anybody else surf that you can think of?
Yeah, I've surfed with one of the guys from the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones,
Oh, okay.
Roman. One of the guys from No Use for a Name, Rory.
Are these guys avid surfers, or are they
Yeah.
just kind of like
Yeah.
kind of cruising surfers?
Yeah, Abbott.
Okay.
Not really. I mean, because when you're on tour, I mean, not any more than that. When you're on tour, you're just kind of like, you roll into a venue, you get there at 4 in the afternoon,
Okay.
midnight, you're on the bus driving to the next venue.
Yeah.
Driving to the next venue.
Yeah.
It's full Groundhog's Day. You don't really get a chance to see much.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get a chance to experience much. I mean, I'm blessed and I'm not complaining,
Yeah.
but it's not like traveling, seeing the world, going like,
You're not on vacation.
no, I'm not going to the fucking Eiffel Tower. hour and standing out on the top and
Right.
you know, professing my love to my wife. You know what I mean? It's just like, fuck, okay, there's some McDonald's over there, and in 20 minutes we got to be at sound check.
Oh man.
You know? Well, it's
Never-
like the pro surfers, like the guys on the surf tour,
And I think they feel the same way as you do.
they kind of do, but they have it kind of opposite. Meaning they roll into a place, and the window's for like 3 weeks.
Yes.
They get there the week before,
Yeah.
you know, and then they're sitting in a place for a month that's not their house.
Yeah.
You know, and if the waves are good, they're stoked. If not, it's flat. They're kind of like, whew, okay, what are we gonna do today?
But they're athletes and they got to train too,
Yeah,
especially nowadays.
I don't think any of that is. It's not vacation time. It's still work time.
Yeah. Right.
You know?
Yeah. You're not there with the family hanging out.
But you know, I mean, a professional athlete in Bali for a fucking month wouldn't be bad.
No, for sure. But Australia, like you guys do Australia, right? No surf there?
I've surfed the Gold Coast a couple times.
Okay.
But it's the same thing though. It's like if we have an off day or two, like I'll go like, okay, find a place, rent a board, go out and
And then
paddle
you got to
out.
find a board, you got to do all that stuff too.
Right. I mean, like in the Gold Coast, there's like all kinds of rental shops all over the place.
Yeah, yeah,
you know, yeah, I got some good waves there.
Okay.
Just beach break stuff. I never went to like the points or anything.
Okay. Anybody recognize you out in the water?
Here, yes. There, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's that good or bad?
No, it's fine. It's fine. Like it's occasionally, yes. It's not that often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's let's talk about shaping. Is it more of a hobby, or is it you making it like your second kind of career? Like,
Both. I'm a hobbyist.
You're a
Like
hobbyist?
I enjoy fucking doing it. It's a hobby, but with the COVID thing going on,
You're kind of blowing up.
I'm unemployed. You know,
You are employed, yeah.
I'm gonna like, all right, let's see what I can do with this.
Okay.
You know, so I've dedicated some time and some effort. You know, I dedicated 5 days a week to shaping.
Sick.
You know,
So that's your job.
yeah,
Okay.
it's my job. I mean, it.
Pushing the brand, the pickle stick brand.
You know, a little bit. I mean,
Okay.
like, you know, with the Instagram stuff, I don't know how to do anything more than just post up pictures on Instagram, you know.
Yeah.
Got a new website coming out that's going to have merchandise and board descriptions,
cool.
like a real proper website.
Okay.
It looks fucking pretty cool. That's coming out in the next week or two.
Oh, rad.
Pickle stick surfboards.
That's going to be the website?
Yep.
Okay.
And
So everyone check that out. I will be checking that out for
yeah,
sure.
you know, and so like,
And that's how they can email you to order boards
yeah,
and stuff?
they can email me that through there, or through the Instagram, you know.
Yep. Messenger, direct messenger.
Yeah, and so, but yeah, I'm shaping five days a week.
Cool. So now we're talking about social media. Do you like it, or do you not like it?
I have never been a social media guy
Okay.
up until now.
Okay.
Like, I don't give. I don't play music for fame. I don't read social media to get my ass fucking sucked,
Yeah.
or you know, it's just not who I am. I'm not on Facebook because if I'm not friends with you now, and I knew you kind of in high school,
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking chit chat.
Right.
I got nothing to say. Like, you know, it's fucking 40 years later. With the social media though, it has allowed me to have a platform to advertise and sell boards and reach out to people. I've shipped boards all across the world.
Wow.
Nah, I mean,
Cool.
Well, I mean like to Europe.
Okay.
And
That's real.
and,
That's out of the
and
world.
opportunities to go to ship to Australia, but it's a little expensive shipping there.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't like. I could easily find myself for 2 fucking hours scrolling down, going, "Oh, surfboard. Oh, chick with a nice ass. Oh, surfboard. Oh."
You get
chick."
lost in it.
Yeah,
You
and
totally get lost
I don't
in
want
it.
to do that.
Okay, yeah.
So I post the pictures. I'll read the comments at the end of the night,
Okay.
and I'll go through the direct messages, and that's it.
You leave it at that.
Leave it at that.
Okay. So, so with that being said, I wouldn't have contacted you that you even surfed or shaped. I was tripping out when I saw it.
Yeah.
It was probably maybe like 6 months ago you started? I don't know.
Yeah, well, when the COVID shit started probably 6 or 8 months ago. I was like,
I thought it was rather you surfed. I was stoked.
yeah,
That was cool.
I fucking love it. Like in the last 6 or 8 months, I've probably done 100 boards. You
Okay.
know?
So it's helping. It's working.
It's working, you know.
That's free advertising.
It is. It's kind of. I mean, and it's. I'm really enjoying it. It gives me something to do.
Okay.
You know, my shaping's getting better.
That board looks sick. I mean,
I'm getting good reviews. You know. And,
yeah.
And even if I get a bad review, it's like, okay, now this guy said it does this, and it allows me. This is where social media helps. If the guy goes, hey man, it paddled great, but it was this or that, it allows me to like go, okay, what can I do to fix it? So there's problem solving, there's meeting people, and there's shaping.
Yeah, don't take it too personal though, because
No.
I may stay up with that board and love that board. Just be in love with that board.
No.
Yeah.
Barry Vandermuller, my fucking Mr. Miyagi of
Yeah.
shaping he said the same thing. If someone doesn't like a board, don't take it personal. You
No,
did your
right.
best. And
Or it could be the fence. It could be the fins.
absolutely.
You know?
There's so many variables, and he goes, and he said, what works for him might not work for somebody else, or might work, whatever it is, that saying.
So I got this board now that I totally love this board. It's kind of my in-between board, like small. I just wrote the seal this morning.
What is it?
7 foot, like stretched out fish.
Dude,
right?
that's what
I'll show you the board.
I'll show you my 7-foot stretch out fish in the
Yeah,
car.
I'm interested. I'm super interested.
Yeah.
And I had my regular thruster fins in it, and it worked okay. Then I bought the MR Mark Richards, the big fins,
Yeah.
with a little middle bite.
Yeah, that's what I'm running.
Yeah, and
Now
that board's
squirty,
magic.
it's squirty and loose.
Yeah, and it's still kind of like.
Wait, like your mom? Sorry, dude.
It's all good. All right. When you were a kid, family life, did you have the surf posters on your wall, or you like the punk bands?
I had motocross posters.
Oh, motocross.
That's my friend. Like
Were you
that's
a desert guy?
no motocross, just like
Motocross.
track. And,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm racing tomorrow actually.
Okay. Right.
Motocross was
Didn't know that either.
was my first passion.
Okay.
Like I grew up kind of in a poor family in a.
It's not a poor sport, by the way.
No, so I never had a motorcycle.
Okay.
What I would do is I would stare at the pictures. Like I never had a motorcycle
drooling.
till I got sober.
Yeah.
Just drooling and fantasizing and putting myself out there, pretending I was like fucking Marty Smith or Bobby Hanna or whatever.
Okay.
So no, I did not have surfing posters. I did have some surfing magazines. Mark Richards with a 20 on the cover. And,
Yeah.
like the late '70s and stuff like that. But no.
Okay. And then, so when you do surf now, what pumps you up to get out in the water, especially like when it's overcast? Santa Ana days are a different kind of.
Santa Ana Day, but if it's blowing too fucking hard,
Oh, yeah.
it's a struggle.
And the water's cold, you know that.
Yeah. What pumps me up, dude? There's some days when it's like hot and glassy.
Yeah, me too.
Hot
I love
and
it.
glassy. Even if the water's chilly, but it's hot outside. Like,
Yeah.
let's say you're just rolling down the beach and it's 11 in the morning, and you're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, this is what I equate surfing and snowboarding to compared to like skating.
Okay.
Skating, the elements are always going to be right for you. I mean,
Right.
you go to roller park, it might be a little slippery, it might be a little wet, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? The what you're skating on is there. It's solid. Surfing and snowboarding, the element of Mother Nature and those magic days when everything just kind of comes together,
Yeah.
just adds this element that cannot be replicated. Like,
Right.
It's
I agree.
glassy. There's a combo swell.
Right.
It's the size you like. Very few, like all of these things that you're like, oh my God, today is the magic day.
Yeah, you're racing to get your wetsuit on,
Yes.
get out in the water.
And there's other days I roll up and it looks fine, and I'm like,
yeah.
this looks cold. The more I look at it, the more I
Yeah.
talk myself out of it.
Okay. Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I think that's my draw for surfing. That's why I'll never quit. Because the days I drive by, it's like noon. It's like, dude, it's sheet glass, and there's like 3 guys in the water.
Right. And
You're like-
and it doesn't happen that often. When it does, it is so fucking special.
Yeah. And this year's actually been pretty good on that. Well, at least in San Diego, we're scoring some.
Not here.
Yeah, like a wind tunnel right here. You live in a wind tunnel.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely at 10 o'clock in the morning, the wind goes,
Yep. On shore, Huntington Beach blown out, Newport.
yep.
Yeah. So, and you have kids,
3.
and they surf.
My daughter kind of did.
Okay.
My oldest, she's 23.
Okay.
My oldest son, no, he boogie boarded. He boogie boarded pretty well.
Okay.
My youngest son, yes, he was on the Wilson surf team.
Oh, right. I was
Yeah.
on the. We started that, by the way.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little ripper. He's more into skating, but yeah, he surfs.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So do you guys go surf together, or is he go with his
No,
buddies?
because he's almost 18.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, the last thing
nothing
you
to do with dad.
Right. Before it was just like, yeah, we'd surf together.
Okay.
And give him little pointers and stuff. And I've taken him out in some pretty solid days.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, down like at Newland where it gets throaty.
Yeah.
Taking him out there.
So do you like those spots where like less crowds? The
Yeah.
gap gets kind of crowded, but if you go on the other side of the pier, it's wide open
Right. It
sometimes.
spreads out. Like
Yeah.
I've surfed the north side of pier a bunch, but it's just like,
Yeah.
dude. I mean, it's just like a shit
Everyone's somebody there.
show. Yeah. But so yeah, my youngest son surfs.
So you brought up pro surfing before. Do you watch it? Do you watch the WSL?
Yeah.
Do you?
I fucking love it.
Do you love it?
Dude, I've been on. This is not a fucking lie.
Okay.
On stage playing with my computer,
Open watching heats.
watching heats like Chopes or Pipe or
No
whatever.
way.
I swear to God, just going, what the fuck's going on? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! I swear to God.
Never would have managed
Yeah.
that.
Whoa! Toledo just got a fucking another 10. Yeah. I swear to God, if there's a contest on and I'm on,
How many people know that? Just the
Not a whole lot.
Yeah,
the guys in the
that's
band
so
like
rad.
I'll do that and watch motocross races.
Yeah,
I know
that's
it's
rad.
not fair to the fans. I know it's not
Yeah,
fair.
you're doing your job.
Yeah, but it's not a job. I mean, I
multitasking.
love fucking doing it, but I also love that shit, and I don't
Yeah.
want to miss it.
I don't think you're taking anything away from the fans. It's stoking you. What you're watching is stoking you.
Yeah, so I'm
And
watching.
you're playing.
I'm watching TV, and I'm fucking playing a punk
That's
show.
right. I didn't even see that coming, honestly. What about like surf movies and everything? Is there
Yeah, I don't fucking shit.
even the 90s? So you guys kind of you guys were in.
Yeah, the Taylor Steele movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the best surf movie to this day is Big Wednesday.
How rad's that movie?
Fuck.
Can I tell you a story?
I like stories.
Short version story. So I was at Marin County. I told you I was there last month, and older gentleman asked me what time it was. He was in his wetsuit, had gloves on, booties on. I was just getting out of the water, and I was frustrated because it was so packed.
Yeah.
And I was surfing. I thought I surfed better than most of those guys, but you just can't get away. It's hard.
Right.
I got a couple ways, but the in between ones. Getting out of the water, and I go, "Hey, how long you been?" He asked me what time it is, and I go, "How long you been surfing Marin County?" He goes, 60 years. I'm like, "Can I interview you?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Right." So I run up, change my clothes, grab my mic, go down and interview him, and I'm listening to a story, and he's hanging out with all these guys, and Lance Carson's, and
Right.
and all these guys, and I thank you so much. His name was Denny Alber, if you know who that guy is. Yeah, I didn't know, but I had no clue he wrote Big Wednesday.
that's
8 hours
rad.
later,
That's
we're going to get
rad.
some eat. Me and my wife, and my wife Googles him. He's like, "Dude, that's the dude that wrote Big Wednesday." I'm like, "No way!" So I had to text him. I had his number. I texted him back. I'm like, "Denny, you didn't tell me you wrote Big Wednesday, but the story he was telling me was Big Wednesday."
Was it?
Yes.
Like, was that a real day? And like, were those characters like
They're based on his brother and his brother's friends.
and the Vietnam thing and all that shit was a
Yeah,
real?
his brother was the Vietnam guy.
So who was-
his brother's William?
who was
Cat.
who was Masochist?
I don't know for sure, but he actually has a audiobook and has a hard copy coming out.
Rad.
That he rewrote Big Wednesday.
Rad,
So
dude.
well,
That's-
I'm gonna go and visit him when that happens.
Does he live right there on the point?
He lives right now. He said 5 minutes away in Carpinteria.
Rad,
Which
dude.
is a rad town,
That's
though,
cool. Oh fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah, so I got that interview and I was like so excited.
Yeah,
like,
that's
a little
the,
kid,
That is the best surf movie there is.
hands down.
And then I think the second best surf movie that I've ever seen that I've watched numerous times, and this is the only other one, I can't remember the name. There's two brothers in Canada, Sepp and Ralph Breweiler or something like that, and they're gnarly surfers and they've done the pro kind of a thing, but they're from like Vancouver Island, and it's just them exploring.
Oh, that'd be rad.
I think it's fuck. Longitude 50.
I'll Google it and check it
Dude,
out.
Sepp Brew, it is such a good movie.
Yeah, well, I've seen that guy Peter DeVries that lives in British Columbia on the.
And does he like take boats in and hike
Yep,
in?
and the most killer ways, but I mean, it looks kind of gnarly.
Yeah, I mean these guys
Big
are
kelp beds.
Yeah, dude, these guys are boating in 6 hours to a certain place.
Yeah,
and-
they just go around, but there's like swell all the time, open ocean swell.
yeah. So yeah, I can't remember
I
the
gotta
name.
see that movie.
Remember
That's
that TV show Fuel TV?
Yep. I remember
Okay,
Fuel.
that was
If
on
you saw
repeat.
it.
Yeah, that was on repeat for a while,
Okay,
and
I
I
had
was
Fuel
like,
for a while.
fuck, it was so good.
Oh, that's cool.
Other than that, to me, the surf movies fucking kind of suck.
What about with you guys talking about Taylor Steele? That help you guys out?
Yeah.
In NOFX?
Yeah. He's a cool fucking guy.
Yeah.
It really helped us out, especially like in Australia and stuff like that, like
Okay.
us and Pennywise and all that kind of.
Yeah.
It brought us into.
You guys own the soundtrack, basically.
Yeah, it brought us into.
Meaning, you guys were the soundtrack.
I wish we owned it. So I could be nice. So, anyways, yeah, it brought us into like the surf culture in Australia and all that kind of shit. I think that had a lot to do with it. So yeah, that definitely helped. Like the guy Kobe Aberton
Yep.
from the Bro Bras or whatever, the
Yeah,
Bra
I know
Boys
it.
or whatever.
Yeah.
He's friends with a friend of mine, a local guy down here named Kyle McGeary.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's just a local
Yeah,
guy,
local.
rips.
Yeah.
And Kyle said he was hanging out with Kobe Aberton, and he said, "Yeah, I know the guys from NOFX." And Kobe, like this fucking like regulator, fucking Sydney surfer local guy, was like all starstruck. I was like,
Yeah.
that guy wouldn't know who I am without that.
momentum or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. That's how I knew who you guys were.
Through those.
Yeah. I mean, but I also remember I don't know if you ever watched Blazing Boards or Beyond Blazing Boards in the 80s.
I remember the names, but no.
So like there's bands like Hoodoo Gurus, like no one knows who they really are.
Yeah.
But I'm totally a big fan
Yeah,
of Hoodoo
Hoodoo-
Gurus. 'Cause
I remember them.
from Blazing Boards.
I remember
And
that
that's the reason
band.
why I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've seen they don't tour here much, but yeah. Okay. So if you didn't surf, how would your life be different? Do you know?
I don't know how it would be different, but I would have a big hole inside of me.
Okay.
I really would.
Okay.
it's a fucking blessing that I stumbled across this, and you know, born in Southern California, and you know, whatever. I don't know how my life. I mean, it would, like I said, it would have a hole inside of me because surfing is a big part of me.
Yeah.
It's the biggest part of me, other than music.
Okay.
I think.
Do they relate? How do they work? Do they work together, or do they work opposite each other? I don't have that same.
No, I'm trying to put that together.
So you see, like, let's talk about Big Wednesday. They're playing guitar in the backyard and there's partying, and
That's fucking goddamn hippie bullshit. Sitting around the campfire,
It
like
was the Hawaiian guys.
yeah, Donovan Frankenreiter and fucking
Oh,
with
yeah,
his,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
that kind of style, like you know.
Jack Johnson.
Oh, I mean, yeah, he's fucking guy's good at what he does. He has one song that he's rewritten 500 times. It's all the same shit. So no, that fucking sitting around that hippie fucking sucking on a fucking wine jug and fucking like, dude, the stars and the cosmic, you know, crystals have all aligned. I'm gonna sing about my fucking Birkenstocks. Fuck that, I'm a punker, you know. So, but other than that, I don't see much of a correlation between surfing and music, but I'm sure there's a lot of correlations.
Are you throwing on punk music before you go paddle out?
Nope, listening to Howard Stern.
Oh, you're listening to Howard Stern.
Yeah.
He's your motivator?
Oh, he's fucking funny.
I haven't listened to him in a while. Is there anything else you wanted to say? You want to bring up?
No, I'm just stoked to do this, dude. And
I know. Thank you so much.
if anybody wants a board, my prices are fucking very reasonable.
Okay.
And
Pickle Sticks _, at Instagram.
Pickle Sticks _ or just Pickle Sticks with an X.
STIX.
Yeah, that's it. And is it here?
Oh, what is it?
The second board I ever shaped. That.
Oh, let's check it.
I gotta find it.
I'll walk with you.
Okay. The second board I ever shaped, which actually is
I'll take some pictures too.
is the reason of the pickle stick.
Okay. Yeah, how'd you come up with the name? Let's go there.
Oh, right here. Here it is.
Wow, that's a pretty good. That's
the second board I ever shaped. That's the original pickle stick.
Oh, right. I'll take a picture of that. That's so sick. It's actually, you did pretty good. It's for the second board ever. I mean,
Yeah.
if I was skinnier, I'd ride that thing right now.
This was like, oh, I think I can do this.
Yeah. So you went with more like the fun boards. That's still your specialty.
Fun boards, fish.
Fish, yeah.
You know.
What would you call this?
It's a fish.
Yeah.
It's like a high performance fish. This was a template, a Simon Anderson high performance fish template.
What shapers would you want to work with? If you like the Simon Andersons, the MRs, or some of the bigger names?
Fuck, man.
Are those guys like your?
Simon Anderson is very high performance.
Yeah.
Shorty.
Yeah.
MR is badass.
He's riding like a 7.6 though.
Yeah, he's also 700 years old.
Yeah, but he rips though.
Maurice Cole.
Oh yeah, the guy from France.
Yeah. No. He's Australian.
Oh, he's Australian.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's half Aborigine.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. I learned something new. I thought that guy was from France. I don't know.
No. So yeah, this is a pickle stick. This is
So sick.
so I had it painted seafoam green, and look at
Oh, sick.
Erik Sandin.
Yep.
6'1", number 2.
Nice. And you're at 500 now, or over?
Ish. 4, 5. Yeah, I don't know. I never really counted.
Okay.
So yeah.
Stoked. So, any last words before we wrap this interview up?
No, man.
And thank you so much for joining us. I'm so stoked.
Dude, I'm stoked I did it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, then we'll sign off.
Cool.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and thanks, Erik. Appreciate it.
My pleasure, Mike.
All right, later. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. If you like the episodes, hit subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and a 5-star on Apple works every time. Follow us on Instagram, quiver_cast. Erik has a killer new website, picklesticksurfboards.com. Check that out. And I'm so stoked, but NOFX has a brand new album out. Single album. We're going to play you a song off that right now. And I'll see you guys all in the water. Later.
and slug a Johnny Walker neat. The sun was coming up, so I bought another gram in Birmingham. I needed some rest, but that show really depressed me. It's a good thing that that city has online delivery. When I wake up on a dungeon floor and never seen before, I must have been sedated. I'm sure that I have a smile on my face, even though I was most likely violated. Cause when the drugs work right, you can't remember the previous night. You probably made some really bad decisions. Cause if they weren't bad, the drugs must have been. And you're at home, laying on your couch, probably depressed, cause you're watching Horace and Pete taking an Advil and drinking Pellegrino neat. What's the point of doing more when the drugs don't work no more? That's when I realized that while scraping the floor in Birmingham, why'd I need to score when the drugs don't work no more? That's when I realized what I am in Birmingham. I don't like doing drugs, I just like doing more. Then it's time for a dram and another gram in Birmingham. I wake up happy, not depressed, after just 8 hours rest. Then it started again the very next night in Nottingham.
Hey, you guys, Endless Summer box set. This thing is legit. It's authentic, numbered certificate in it. It has a 5-frame film strip from the original print. You will literally own a piece of history. It has a specially minted bronze medallion. Dude, that thing's sick. Okay, there's so much more here. Go to the show notes. There's a link on there. Go check this piece of history out. This thing's rad. Seriously. Smithsonian American History Museum has it. It took 4 years of research with 3.5 in production, all hand assembled. This thing's rad. So much to this awesome box set. Remastered DVD, sharper images than the original film, but dude, this thing's so sick. Link in the show notes.